What is going on, people from the tube? Welcome back to another Pancho Things. It's in the afternoon. I had a show last night, so it was kind of crazy. We got home really late, so I'm heading out for the first scouting session of the year, and perhaps the first scouting session here in Texas. So we're gonna be scouting for dove. I got certain areas that's a lot of drive involved. It's almost 3 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna go to the gas station. I gotta get me some drinks. I got my water. I'm gonna get me some drinks, something to munch on, and I also have my snake hook just in case. And also we're gonna be talking through this whole thing. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna be talking about the new show tube I'm gonna be using this season. I got one. I'm gonna test that one first, and then we are gonna get the other two. So let's go. All right, so we're back. Got gas. We're good to go. Red Bull, Gatorade. This gas station didn't have nothing that caught my eye when it comes to the munchies and stuff. So we're gonna roll without it, and then find maybe something else somewhere else. As far as other things, binoculars, really important, and just keep hydrated. It's really hot, so it's imperative that you got enough water. Like right now we're sitting at 105 degrees and we still haven't got the peak, so we're looking at we're gonna be getting around 108, 110. So, and probably the areas that I'm going are a little bit more deep into the heat zone, so we're probably gonna be looking at 110 if we're lucky. So we're gonna head out. Let's go. Gonna be talking a lot, so that's gonna be one type of this video is gonna be that. We're talking what I'm seeing, what am I using as a reference for the areas. This is a time that probably by the time that I get to the first area, we're looking at around 4 doves. I'm not flying too much at that point, but it's gonna give me one, the reference of the area, how to access. I'm gonna be accessing that area really early in the morning. I'm not gonna be able to see, so I want to see what options there is to park, where am I gonna walk, what areas I can sit on, just take a look. Now this is the best case scenario. This is public land, so what is gonna happen is that more likely it's gonna be me and couple 200 people, if I'm lucky. 200. Dove hunting here in Texas is huge, so there's gonna be a lot of people, but there's also a lot of birds, and we still halfway through the month. We still have another 15 or so days to finish the opening of the season, and we are already seeing dove everywhere. Now, none of the areas that I'm going to be hunting is actually the key points of Texas of hunting. Due to this is my first season, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know the distance, what is it going to be, the traffic, how everything's going to go. We're not going to do that adventure yet, but next year for sure I'm going to go to, there's 2 areas in Texas that are like the capital of sunflower plants, and that is the place to go hunting. Now, for the most part in those areas are paid hunts. I can't afford a paid hunt, but let's go. We're talking too much and haven't started driving yet. All right, let's go. All right, so I've been driving and I found one of the spots and haven't seen no dove, but there is a lot of potential for them to be here. So it's interesting. So you gotta sign in, you can use your cell phone, and or you can actually do it by paper. So it's kind of cool because that way they know if you're here, you've been here, if something happened to you, and you don't checked out, they come in and pick you up. They come and search for you, make sure that you're alive. You know, there is a lot of area here, guys. It's beautiful out here. So I'll show you around. So I'm in the car. I'm not gonna get out of the car right now because it's boiling out there. All I wanted to know was how to get here and what are we looking at. So yeah, this looks actually really nice. So I'm just gonna take a look. I'm gonna sit down and just drink some water, and as I'm looking around, we'll have a chat. It's really interesting. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting something different. And quite honest with you guys, I like what I see. I like it. As I said, I haven't seen a dove, so I'm just gonna sit in the outside edge. I don't want to disturb anything. Reason being is I want to see what's moving, what is on the trees, what is floating around. Is there any movement? Let's sit down for a second. I'm gonna grab my map and just start pointing things out, what I have done, where I have been, and what's happening in here. There you go. That's spot number one. We did some driving, but I'm gonna just do a little surveillance, see what's going on here, and then we're gonna go to spot two. And in spot two, we're gonna talk a little about choke tubes. Say, guys, this is kind of fun. Just having to sit here and just quietly and see what's happening. It's 108 degrees, so trying to stay in the car, but the binos are coming really handy. I actually enjoy this. It's just I have a feeling that once I find a spot that is going to produce, regardless if we can get a limit or just two doves, just being part of the whole process of just getting in there, finding where the birds were, if there was any, and what kind of movement. What kind of movement of birds do they have, and where do they fly, what's happening. I want to hunt Commodore, probably not for the opener, once again because of the commotion, the amount of people shooting small pellets, people shooting on every single direction imaginable, and I really don't want to go through that process of having my dog in a situation like that. I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to get bit by a rattlesnake. I don't want nothing wrong to go on the opener. So my chances of minimizing that kind of situations by, and I apologize if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm just paying attention to everything that is moving around here. And I wish I could show you more, but then unfortunately I don't know where I'm going to end up shooting, and that will give away the spots in a way. And it's not that I don't want to share it, it's just that this is my first season in Texas and I want to maximize my chances. And I do apologize for that. I feel terrible about doing that kind of stuff, but we gotta preserve the work that we're putting, right? So anyways, going back to what I was saying, I want to make sure that my dog is safe at all times, not only because of the heat, but any damage or any dangers that might be inflicted with a pew-pew going everywhere, as everybody's trying to do. The same thing that I'm trying to do is just catch up with some birds. So that's why Commodore is not gonna hunt the opener. Wow, there's something falling from the sky. It's like debris of sorts. So anyway, so the idea is to keep your dog safe, and for me, and I understand if there's a lot of people that have different perspective and views for their dogs. I do truly love my dog, and yes, he's a hunting dog, and I want him to go and experience as much as hunts as possible. He's 2 years old. That is my pal. So I need to make sure my pal, my hunting partner, is safe at all times. And the best way to ensure that is not hunting him during the opening. But we can do weekend hunts for sure. We can do afternoon hunts during the week. So once the commotion of the opener weekend goes down, then we're gonna have to do more heavy scouting, because what is going to end up happening is a lot of those birds are going to be taken, and some of them will disperse from the area, logically knowing, hey, there's shooting going on down in that spot. So things might change after that. But even if we can go out for a morning or an afternoon hunt and put a couple of birds out and have them retrieve, have them sniff them, have them get into tall grasses and find out where they are and just get them out, that is a great exercise for waterfowl season. So, or at least that's how I see it. So this is interesting, guys. There is a lot of birds. There's not that many doves. That's a sparrow. So that's a dove. Oh yeah, baby. So yeah, so I think I spent enough time here. I already, as I mentioned before, I already mapped everything, all the information I need to map. Let's wrap it up and let's go to the next spot. Alright, GoPro overheated. Okay, so this is one. It's one of the areas. There's a little bit of water in the back. There's 3 lines, which is beneficial for dove hunting. Alright, so there's another 4 more spots of these, so I'm gonna go and check those out too. Let's go. Alright, I'm on that other spot of like the street of the second spot. This looks promising. Now, the problem with this is that this is huge. But you can only have access with your car to a certain point. Everything else must be a walk. So the problem is that the tree line is on the farther edge, right? Farther edge of the land. There's water availability and there is gravel, which is plus. I see sunflowers, wild sunflowers, a little. There's not an overabundance of it, but there is a lot of land that you can hunt, which is a-okay. Now there is a couple of issues. One, the tree line and a water access, which is beneficial to be close to because they're gonna have to drink water, are farther back out. You gotta walk through all of that. The other problem is that there is cows. That's right, there's cows. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. But I got one more spot to go. But before we continue, we're gonna talk about this choke tube. We're almost there, so let's talk about this. Here we go. Decided to buy Muller. This is the passing choke tube, which will be the same as the mid-range or improved. This thing is way heavier than the Carlson's, and it is polished. You don't have those rings that the Carlson has. But this thing looks solid. And as I mentioned before, non-imported, this is heavy. This is really heavy. And yeah, it looks amazing. So we're gonna pattern the shotgun with this bad boy and see what happens. Regardless, I'm gonna order the other 2 just so I can have the set, but they're not as cheap. Gotta put that out there. They're not as cheap as the Carlsons, but the quality, you can feel it. So I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video, where if you decide to pick one of these guys, you want to try for yourself and see what happens, you can use that link and that will help me. If there is a sale that results on you linking or going through that link, I get a kickback. So that is one of the beautiful things about these guys, is that once you purchase a product from them, they give you the option to cut the middleman. They give you the option they give you a link, and you can link that into your social media. And if any sales result from that, hey, you get something. Hey, it's better than nothing, but that's how they're able to keep the prices in check and not have middlemen that will bring those prices up. They're already slightly pricey compared to Carlson's and other manufacturers, but for all the reviews that I've seen is because their quality is there, so you kind of get what you pay for. So if you guys, once again, if you guys are checking and want to try the Muller choke tubes, this is the passing decoys. They had the UFO and the close range. I can't remember the name of the close range, but this is the mid-range passing decoy. I think it goes up to 40 yards. Just go through that link. I'm gonna put that link in there so you guys can check it all out. And once again, if it results in a sale, I get something that can be utilized towards the channel. So hey, that is a win-win, and possibly you will get your code, and you can, if you have a YouTube channel or you have any social media, you can put it there, and if people goes through that and result in sales, you win too. So there you go. I'm gonna go to the last spot. It's 110 degrees right now, and I'm gonna go to this last spot that I got on the map for today. Alright guys, I did find my last spot, and we have a winner. The only thing is that is unfortunate, I won't be able to flip this camera and show you guys around, because I'm still 15 days away from hunting season and I cannot blow the spot. But there is so many doves in here that you actually can hit them with your card. Yes, we actually found it, guys. So I'm gonna pick this up when I get home and just go over a couple more things, but my first dove hunt in Texas might not be as bad as I'm thinking it's going to be, so I don't want to jinx anything, but this is looking sweet. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm back in the house, and woo, I'm exhausted. It's 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock now. I literally drove from like 2:45 until now, doing scouting for dove, and now I found a bunch. The only problem is that I cannot show you guys the areas, unfortunately, because of what it is. The way that these areas are located, if I would have filmed, everybody and their mom would have known exactly what it is, because there's distinctive landmarks that will give it away. But we found birds. Oh yeah. The last 3 spots that I went are loaded. Loaded. Now, problem, it's not so much that it's loaded. The problem becomes the fact that there's going to be an insane amount of people. So I need to be really diligent on showing up really early. So yeah, that's where we are. We found the dove, man. We found him. I took quite a few hours, and the spot that actually I'm gonna hunt on the opening day, hopefully I can have logically access and get everything done properly. I might have put around 600 birds or so. It is jam-packed, so it's going to be interesting. My first dove hunt in Texas, my first hunt in Texas, and getting a feel of what's going on here, so how things are done. So we talk about the choke tubes. Once again, there's going to be a link in the description if you want to try the Muller's choke tubes. These are the choke tubes I'm going to be using this season, and yeah, they feel completely different than the Carlsons. So let's see how much of the issue with the pattern being so big is actually the choke tube. What caught my attention is that a lot of people have that issue, and once again, I'm not brain bashing Carlson's. Quality sometimes can be an issue, and unfortunately, if this works, then the price tag makes a difference. Quality wise, production wise, accuracy wise, is the constriction that you get is what you're going to translate to paper. I think that's what it resumes to. But here we go. We're about to get into dove hunting here shortly. I got a lot of things to do. I got a lot of things to do with the process of the sticker making, websites, setting up, finishing to set up everything that I need in order to do online sales, getting the t-shirts all taken care of, getting all of these to actually come in and work. And that's where we are right now. So thank you for coming with me to a scouting day. It was interesting. I like it. I enjoy the fact that we can go look at them, see what's happening, what the terrain looks like, what is going on, record all the information that you have, and then based on that make the most adequate decision on where you're going to hunt, how you're going to hunt it. So I think that sometimes we overlook that. We overlook the fact of scouting. Scouting is extremely important. And also, we're talking something that I thought about on my way to the scouting spots today, is the fact that when you decide to pay and do a pay hunt, among the prices of where you're paying, whatever it might be, you're actually paying somebody to also go there, do the scouting for you, put you in the birds. So that's something to keep in mind when you're paying a price tag for a hunt or for a day, a weekend, whatever case might be, either waterfowl, quail, whatever it might be. Is the price is not only the right and access to the land and the actual hunt, but it's them putting you in the hunt. So it's time consuming, as you guys can see. So scouting is the number one most important thing before a hunt of any sort. So go out, do your scouting if you haven't done yet. If you have a lease, then that's a different story. But if you are going to be doing public hunting like I'm doing, go out there, start looking at the areas, start checking what is it going to take for you to get and develop the hunt. Just get ready. There's only a couple of things that I need to acquire, and then we're going to be good to go. With that, I'll say thank you so very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. Don't forget, I'm going to have the link for Muller choke tubes down in the description. Don't forget to use that. I'm also going to put a coupon code that I have on somewhere in the video, so you can use that if you decide to purchase anything from them. That will help me not get a kickback, but get a referral bonus, if that makes any sense. So that is kind of the same as saying, tell them I sent you. So that's pretty much what you guys are going to be doing every time that you use the code. They know that I'll send you there, and that's going to help the channel, which is going to help me bring more material to you guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Pancho out, September 1st. Dove opener, we're ready.